that if this really happened to your child, you know, that now nobody believes you. Maybe if you were a pious, respectable housewife, people would believe that this actually, look, Sam, if Sutton Strack said this happened, I think we would believe her, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, the woman is crying over her chicken parm at dinner when Thug Erica's going to take her outside and beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
So if Sutton said this and the police was at Sutton's house, I think we would believe Miss Strack.
Definitely.
We just don't believe you, Margaret. And so maybe this happened, but a lot of people don't believe it. And this is why, Margaret. This is why. So I don't know.
I believe her. I believe you, Margaret, that Spencer was called. I do believe it. I just would like to know what's going to happen since, like what happened since. So we can agree to disagree. I understand you, David, saying that it's hard to believe it because she's a liar. But I do believe that her son was called, or she would have never brought her son up on the reunion.
But here's the other thing. Well, yeah, I mean, that part's true. But here's the other thing. This woman, I mean, we also know that, you know, it's come out. She pays $500 in Starbucks gift cards to bloggers to buy.
And she also paid for the oven. She bought that oven
for the oven from some D-list person that was doing this for a living.
I think it's the same person.
Oh, God.
I think it was the same person.
Well, that person needs a life. Like, they're on the take by Margaret Joseph for $500 fucking dollars. That's pathetic.
I can't.
I mean,
David,
could you imagine?
David, why doesn't it? Listen, we'll be on the take. If anybody wants to pay me and David to talk nice about you, I would say some nice things.
Not for no $500. I need more.
Not for 500.
No.
We buy Louis and Chanel's. We need a little bit more than that.
Honey, this was a one-time payment of $500. And then she went and bought a fucking, I mean, what a moron. Like, you do this and then to kiss up to Mama Joseph, like as if she's going to give you another nug. And then you're already spending, she gave you the 500 just so you could buy it back.
And I was going to say 500 in Starbucks. Give me 500 at Neiman's or Nordstrom, not Starbucks.
My starting bid is like, I don't know, 2,500.
Yeah.
You know, or let me pick something out. There's things you can get in Louis. There's things in like the thousands. But here's my thing about this Marge. People are now, listen, she looks at that phone till her eyes are like bleeding.
Yeah.
She's in the phone. And so is Melissa.
And she's on her computer, as I heard. She's on the computers. Yeah.
Right. So if she's on into the phone looking at this and she sees all these people saying, you're a fucking liar, your son wasn't called. Where is, I mean, why haven't you given it to the D-lister who you paid the $500 to put, like, where is this? Why haven't we seen a copy of this? Because she puts out a receipt.
Wants to block out the kid's number.
Sure.
You know, you could block out the information. Maybe that's why. Maybe because it has the office where he works, the number, but we don't know why. She could redact it. She could redact it all. But I mean, this woman puts out a receipt like she shits in the morning after having a cup of coffee. So why has no page 6, every blogger that she has on the take, why has no one seen this police report? That is the only thing that I find very strange. And I don't think she had it in that envelope because people blew it up. And I spoke to 2 producers that, listen, it's just a thought. It's not about Margaret, but they said in general, when there's a receipt, you know, like a text or whatever, they authenticate it and then they blow it up. You know, you see all the receipts. Yeah, but Andy showed Louis the number and Louis said, yes, that's my number. So she did show Andy. Andy showed Louis.
But here's my only argument too. If you're really guilty, well, I mean, I guess you have to admit it if your number's looking at you in the face. I mean, I don't know. This one's a tough one. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think you want to believe Louis. I think you're falling for Louis. I think you like Louis.
I think
it's okay, David. You're allowed to like him.
I'm starting to fall for Louis.
For Louis. Yep. I know.
You're starting to fall for John Fuda, sweetheart.
I didn't fall for John Fuda. I said he was MVP, and men that I normally go for act like John Fuda. They would stand up to somebody who went to shake their hand and said, no, you know, admit it, whatever. So that's what I'm used to.
Remember back in the way beginning, I kind of fell for Louis. Remember when I used to say, like,
yes,
I mean, he has namaste. But listen, let me make it very clear. The only man for me in the Jersey world is my Juicy. We had my Juicy.
I know that. I know that.
But if we can't have Juicy here in the US, I don't know. There's something. Louis, listen, would I take Louis over Josephina? I would I would rather spend 10 years on a deserted island with Louis than I think 1 hour stuck in an elevator with that Josephina.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be with any of them, but let me say that I've been getting DMs about different things with Teresa and Luis with money situations. So I delved into it a little bit. I sent you a DM. So Teresa did not give any millions to Luis for the home. There were no millions. There was nothing left to the house that she lived in. They had a septic tank that didn't belong there, that Joe Giudice had never replaced. So she had to replace. Remember when I went through with my mom's septic tank? I had to fix it, whatever before I sold that. She had to put a $60,000 septic tank before she could sell it. There was no equity left in the house. She didn't have any millions to give Louis towards this house. Her name is not on this house. It's in an LLC, and he's one of the managers. So some people think that Teresa gave Louis money. She did not. There was no money in the house. I don't know if there was any other money.
Her old house that she sold.
But there was no money, no equity left in her home with Joe Giudice. None. She was really in dire straits when she met Louis. She owed a lot of money that she's been paying back. And, Louis kind of swept in like a savior. And, he took her under his wing. I don't know what the story is now. I really don't. I'm just telling you what I know about when she first met him, how she was financially. People think because she makes all this money on the show, it doesn't matter. First of all, taxes take a lot. They take half. And secondly, when you owe with what she went through with Joe and trying to keep up that house and the 4 daughters, there wasn't much money there. Okay. So he swooped in and he took control of the situation. Then I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know what's happening to him now, but that's what I know for a fact. That came from somebody very close to her that knows what took place when they first met.
I believe that.
So he is your knight in shining armor, David, that you want him to be.
Well, my also understanding is that her name is not on this house at all.
No, at all.
Well,
it's not on the LLC. It's not on the house at all.
Well, that doesn't exactly put her in, but she didn't pay any money for the house, did she?
No.
So basically, this is not like a Kim and Croy. This is like if anything goes wrong, I mean, she's kicked out onto the street.
Well, she's on the street. It's his house. It's in an LLC. It's not hers for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not something that I would prefer, that I would like to be a situation in with my kids.